Today's October 29th, and here's your morning news.
Today's football team has their last home game. Good luck, Mustangs.
For today's Get It to Win It, we will do 2 locker drawings, one for the high school and one for the junior high, for a bag of candy. The winner of the high school is Sebastian Perez. The winner of the junior high is Lysandra Funes. We also have 2 more bags of candy for Plains and Kismet that will go to one teacher of each school. The winner for Plains is Mr. Vinard, and the winner for Kismet is Mrs. Stanfield.
Here are some scary stories about Southwestern Heights.
Okay, so my scary story from school is one day I was here in the Mac lab by myself after school, and everybody had already gone home. So I have this ritual that I do when I shut everything down in my office and in the lab. I shut everything off in the lab first, and then I went into my office, shut everything off in there, and I walked through the lab, shut the light off, and as I was walking out the door, one of the computers popped back on and made its like startup noise. But there was nobody else here, nobody else around. The computers had been long shut down. So it kind of freaked me out. So I hurried up and got out of the building as quickly as I could.
So it was after a football game. I think it was after we played Stanton County last year. I was out here working on a project after we talked about film and all that, and so it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I came over here. I was making a funeral, a guest book for a gentleman that had passed away, and I was working in the shop, and I hear this big old loud pounding at the door. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I freaked out and I ran to the bathroom and hid in the bathroom for a little bit because I was scared. And I probably stood in there for 5 minutes, and then I come creeping out of the bathroom, kind of look down the halls like, what the heck is going on? And I went and opened up the back door. That way, if I needed to run, I could run about any direction I chose to. And as I came coming around the corner, there was a cop car parked in the back, and he was just doing random door checks. And so that's what he was doing, was pulling on the door. Yeah, it was scary. So I hid in the worst place ever, the bathroom with no place to go, because I was so scared.
Be awesome. Okay, a scary story, and I want to talk about the ghost encounters that we have had in our advisory classes. All right, there has been 2 of them. One year in advisory, we were sitting there during the advisory time, and we were reading our book, and we were sitting there on the shelf. I had pictures and awards that I've won, just to kind of let students know about me. And then all of a sudden, everything's fine, and then all of a sudden, a couple of pictures fall off the shelf onto the floor. A couple get skipped, 3 get knocked off. We had 7 pictures get knocked off as we were just sitting there reading. Andrea Aranaga was sitting close to the wall, and she started freaking out. She's like, I'm out of here. Coach Script, what's going on? And so we're sitting there, and so I had to make the comment, Ghost, we love you, Ghost. Everything is great, Ghost. So that was one encounter we had in advisory. Then, a few years ago, Marina Navarro, and you can talk to her about this. We were sitting there. Door was shut, latched, reading in advisory before we changed advisory up. All of a sudden, we hear a click, and the door swings open. Marina gets up like, okay, looks in the hallway. Everybody's door's shut. Nobody's in the hallway. And so we had to say, Ghost, we love you again. We're sorry, Ghost. Those are 2 encounters that we have had during school with some of our students in advisory with our wonderful ghosts that we have in our building that are awesome, awesome ghosts.
No puede decir en español.
Es que no se habla español casi.
Oh my god,
No, pues bueno, cuando estaba en la Junior me pasó una cosa a Minerva y a mí. Estábamos limpiando la oficina, la principal. Primero me está grabando.
I don't. Can you hear
Ok.
it?
Yeah, I feel like the machine's gonna be over.
Y alguien salió de la oficina, estábamos limpiando yo y la otra señora que trabaja ahí en Minerva. Cuando ella escuchó que como que yo había salido de la oficina. Ya era noche, no había nadie. Y fuimos a ver. Y ella me preguntó, ¿usted salió? Y dije, no, yo no salí. No, dijo, porque oí que se selló la puerta. Cuando estábamos platicando eso, se escuchó como si se le hubiera caído un bote con un spray, ahí por donde está esta Melinda. Y fuimos a ver y no había nada en el suelo. Bueno, esa es una de las cosas que nos pasó ahí. Después nos pasó otra, estaban José Carlos, Alejandro y él, estaban en vez que pasó, que vimos otra cosa, fue también allá en el gym de la Junior. Pero yo no la vi, estaba Edgar, José Carlos, Ávila y Alejandro, estaban sentados cuando le estaban moviendo las perillas de la puerta y ellos hacen ejercicio. Y se asustaron ellos, porque ellos miraban que se miraban, y fueron y le dijeron, alguien está allá. Y fui yo a ver, no había nadie tampoco. Dije, yo pensé que era la señora que los quería asustar, pero no, la señora andaba bien lejos. Fue otra cosa que también vimos ahí. Y la otra estaba yo limpiando la oficina de Carla, la Junior también, y ahí escuché clarito que iba un grupito de niños caminando, platicando, y me salí y no vi nadie. Y le dije a la señora, acabo de ver un grupo de niños que iban platicando. Y no vimos nada. Eso fue como a las 10. Ustedes se van a asustar, ustedes no van a querer venir aquí a la escuela, me van a correr.
Okay, my ghost story experience at Southwestern Heights. Of course, over the years, you hear lots of things, you know, and I've been out here late at night and for years and never had any experience until probably 3 years ago, and my experience was in broad daylight up at the high school. So I had come down from the high school office and walked down here to the central office to visit with Mr. Argo, and on my way back, got up just past where you leave the junior high and enter into the high school, you know, where the pastel tile changes and all that good stuff, and got right by the gym doors and not quite to the commons, the seats where you guys sit, and I heard footsteps behind me on the terrazzo floor, and it was just like high heels, and it was kind of a clip-clop, clip-clop. So I stopped, kind of the hair on the back of my neck stood up a little bit, and I looked around, there was nobody, so started off again, and at this point I was almost to the edge of the entryway, there by where the door to the catwalk is, and I heard it again, click-clop, click-clop, click-clop. So I stopped and looked around, and then I got that chill that kind of runs down your spine a little bit, and looked up, and Crystal, you know, all the windows around the high school office, she was standing in the office looking at me like, what are you doing? Like I was crazy. And then she pointed and she was like, oh, and she knew. So when I got to the office, she said, you had an experience, didn't you? And I said, yeah, that's the first time I'd ever, but it was just footsteps. Never felt anything other than the hair on the back of my neck stand up. But it was different, you know, and I'd heard all the stories over the years, so, and never really, I was just like, whatever. After that day, there's something going on. I don't know if I want to say I'm a true believer, but there's something going on, and that was in broad daylight. So, like I said, I've been out here lots of times at night, 10 o'clock, midnight, working, nothing. Broad daylight, I have an experience. So, for whatever that's worth, that's my ghost story.
Okay, thank you for watching today's episode. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope you guys enjoyed, and Have a great weekend.
Peace.
Right now.
No, don't record me. No, don't record me. Turn it off.
It is.
I'll tell you the story and then you can decide if you want to know. Are you you're recording me already?
Look, Mark, I won't.
Anyways,
Whoa. Oh, hey, whoa, hang on. I didn't realize I was getting filmed. So let me primp up a little bit here. You let me know whenever you're ready, sir.
Oh, we've been recording.
Oh, we've been recording. Awesome. So editing will be awesome.
Thank you for watching today. Okay.
You should have started.
started.
I started to.
Alright.
My bad.
The balloon's in the way.